The episode began yesterday with Terry Crews playing his flute, leading a whole bunch of people to the America's Got Talent stage building, a la Pied Piper style. You knew it was going to be good. So let's get to my low, my high, my act of kindness. Although my high is obviously watching America's Got Talent. My low is I did sort of, get in a small argument with my folks yesterday. And it really was stupid of me to do. I mean, I've gotten into arguments with my parents before, and technically they were all a lot worse than what I did yesterday. So I'm not going to say like it straight up ruined my day, because it didn't. But I still wish it didn't happen. And my act of kindness was, actually, what was my act of kindness? Oh, right. I did a favor for him. So, particularly, my mom, again, I mentioned this yesterday. My mom sort of came to, I was tidying my apartment a little bit, so I took the liberty of making sure that I made it easy for her. And I did, and she really liked it. So, good morning, and happy hump to everybody. So, for America's Got Talent, it started off with like the most talented chickens ever. Like, man, has anyone noticed? So I was trying to fight back a yawn, that didn't really work. Has anyone noticed that chickens have been growing in popularity lately? And not because like you eat chickens, like the sort of cute, adorable type way that like everyone's starting to love them now. Or maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just sort of noticing that, but it's something I definitely have seen. Not that I don't mind. Chickens can be cute. Sure. I've got no problems with that. Fun fact, chickens are actually direct descendants of the Tyrannosaurus Rex. Seriously, they are. They have the same bone structure and everything. But, the chickens were awesome. Funkonometry, they were really cool. They're basically like these two guys who are like, they do like TikTok dances, but they were so in sync. And like what they were doing was legit telling a story, a really good story. So I'm like, okay, this is awesome. There was this one Japanese woman who was telling stand-up, which, okay, I mean, I could actually get some of the humor a little bit because of all the anime and stuff because I really do try to be open to learning about things, particularly in the things I like, specifically Japanese. So it really did appeal to me a lot. Zeno, he took like a giant corkscrew thing, shoved it up his nose, and made it come out of his mouth. It's just, and he did the same thing, and he pulled Heidi and Sophia like on a wagon from like his nose. I'm not making that up. That was incredible. There was this one lady from Spain who was like an aerial artist, but she added sex appeal to it by dressing all scantily clad and using a bathtub. A la, like, Dancing with Myself, I think is what the name of that movie was. I don't know. But that was really cool. There was a chemist who acts as a chemist, but he's actually like a bodybuilder like Terry Crews. So Terry got to go on stage with him with his shirt off, and they're all like flexing muscles and everything. It's a real shame though they didn't do this. Oh yeah, ladies, I can do that too. But I think, okay, there is one act I absolutely do need to talk about. And that's the act that got the golden buzzer, because sometimes they got talent to do, from the audience to do something, and they went to this one little girl who was like, I think 9 years old or something. And she had like one of the most beautiful voices I think I'd ever hear a child have. Like, ever, right? But I can't talk about this without first talking about, the song. So I'll talk about what her act was. She sang the song Amazing Grace. And right before she got the golden buzzer, she mentioned how her father had battling cancer for like 9 years. And again, she was that good, so of course she got the golden buzzer. But I immediately harken back to my experiences with the song Amazing Grace. As I've said before, for elementary school, I went to a Catholic school known as St. Mary Our Mother. And at the time, it didn't really help the fact that I already didn't like going to church. So the fact that, there were times you had to go to church for other things as well because of going to school at St. Mary Our Mother, I didn't like that. But that's not to say the entire time there was bad. And it was going to St. Mary Our Mother where I learned the song Amazing Grace. And I probably don't say this enough, but one of the things I do have appreciation for church is the music. In fact, no kidding, I actually have the songs picked out for the day I have my wedding. The opening, communion, closing, all that. Have them all picked out. Although, for any Trinity Pauling alumni out there watching this, my opening hymn would be the school hymn. If you know, you know. But with that said, when I first heard the song Amazing Grace, I really did like that song. And there's a reason why I'm using past tense. But now I've sort of developed a love-hate relationship with this song. And, okay, admittedly I've ranted my mom for several things over the years. Some deserving, some not. I swear this is in the deserving category. Because it was a Sunday morning. My mom and I had to go to church for some reason. I think I was like 7th or 8th grade or whatever. And we did go to church at St. Mary Our Mother that morning. Excuse me. And eventually the song Amazing Grace is about to be, sang or whatever. And I'm like, okay, Amazing Grace. Maybe my time this morning won't be so horrible. And then my mom leans over to me and she says, your father loves this song. He actually wants to have this song played at his funeral. So now I forever associate the song Amazing Grace with my dad dying. She ruined the song for me, okay? And I really like that song too. But again, now it's just like a love-hate relationship. I mean, if we're being honest, that hatred kind of died a little bit because back when my grandfather had died, God rest his soul, Amazing Grace played at his funeral as well. I think by that point I had just been so numb by how much I disliked that song, it didn't bother me so much. However, again, I'm forever going to associate that song with my father dying, which, come on, who really wants to do that? I mean, I actually have some friends who lost their father. It's horrible. I don't wish that. Honestly, here's the thing. I've wished some unfortunate things to happen to people, but never death. That's where I draw the line. Because, everyone has a right to live. And they have a right to live their life. And should they, heaven forbid, finally pass on, how they want to go about whatever business they have regarding their death, well, that's between them and their family, if they get their family involved with it. So, needless to say, the day my father dies, which hopefully will be a very, very, very long time from now, I'll be sad. And should we get to the song Amazing Grace, I'll be fighting some things back. But right now I can tell you that the worst funeral I personally have ever been to, no offense to anyone else, to any other funeral I've been to, was that of my late grandfather. And if I can hold back my tears for that, not that you show, here's the thing, I say hold back tears, I was still sad. And trust me, I was this close to just breaking down. This close. It was funny enough for my grandfather's funeral. What almost got me was my grandfather was a veteran, and he's buried in a Bath National Cemetery. They played taps and had a 21 gun salute. That almost got me. That like, so that was horrible. I think Patton Oswalt referred to it as, like, that was the worst thing that's ever happened. Like, if death were to come, and if death were to show up with his scythe and everything, and be like, bro, let's go, let's do this. The worst thing's already happened to me. That's how bad it was. But I'm making this video awfully depressing, aren't I? Especially when I was talking about what otherwise great performance this little girl had. And she was just a random person in the audience, too. That's the cool part. I mean, I think the appealing thing about America's Got Talent that most people sort of take for granted is, funny enough, it was actually explained in the movie Ratatouille, where if you've never seen Ratatouille, the phrase that the legendary chef Gusteau says is that anyone can cook. And what it really means is, not everyone can consider themselves or become a great artist, but a great artist can come from anywhere. Again, just take the case of America's Got Talent last night. I mean, this girl that won the Golden Buzzer was literally just sitting in the audience. And they asked her to come up on stage, and she nailed it. She legit nailed her audition. Sang a song. It just so happened to be a song that I have my own personal love-hate relationship for. But, that's neither here nor there. It doesn't really take away from how good she was, and she was incredible. But maybe I should probably watch that audition again, just to see if actually when my mom first told me about what my father wants involving the song Amazing Grace playing at his funeral, like, I was fighting back tears that entire church service from that point on. And then I finally was able to break down and cry in the car. So, again, I forever associate the song Amazing Grace with my father dying, and that's not remotely what the song is supposed to be about. For those of you who don't know, Amazing Grace was written by a sailor who was lost at sea, and he wound up praying to God, and eventually that sailor was rescued. I think they didn't really explain if the sailor was a man or a woman. But let's just refer to this person as just a sailor. I mean, it's Pride Month. I should probably try and be more PC and, if it's ambiguous as if it was a man or a woman, I'll just say a person, I guess. Because that's what we all are. We are people. And whether you're straight or LGBTQIA, we are all people. And being human is awesome, in my humble opinion. But with that said, the sailor was lost at sea. They prayed to God, and they were eventually rescued. And then this particular sailor wrote the song Amazing Grace. Basically, whether you're lost in real life or lost in a figurative sense, like you don't know what to do in life, you don't have any direction to go. Like, that song is supposed to be a means to guide you in the right direction and bring you to for lack of a better analogy, home. Again, whether you're lost in real life or lost figuratively, or both. I mean, you can have like, seriously, there are people that have like no direction at all whatsoever. And it's possible that the song Amazing Grace, can help you with that. Have I personally used that song? No, not particularly. I mean, yeah, there have been times I've gotten physically lost, and there have been times when, I didn't really know what to do. But for me, I just, I told myself I had all I could stand, and I can stand no more, and, put on my bootstraps and got whatever I had to get done, finished. Whether I was lost in real life or, again, figuratively lost. Has it always worked out successfully? I won't go so far as to say it's been 100% effective. I'm sure there's probably like a 10 to 20% margin of error if I really thought about it. But in a way, people handle their problems differently. Some people, would probably sing the song Amazing Grace. Some people would, can't stand anymore and take care of business their way. Some people think you can solve a problem just by hitting it repeatedly until it breaks. Admittedly, I have used that strategy before. It's actually been about 50-50 for me with that one. Because even if it winds up not working, it's still kind of cathartic, letting some stress out, hitting something. Have I mentioned that I'm a big dumb moron? Well, I have, but now I have one that, but I am one that, understands, sensitivity. I like to think that helps. I hope y'all like this video. If you did, please subscribe. I could really appreciate that. As always, I am very humbled to make this video for all of you guys who are watching Joe for today. Hope you have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Wednesday. And remember, if you guys want to talk, we're here to land it all. So everybody, take care and make good choices. See ya.